So I had surgery in 2019, open heart surgery. Not a fun surgery to go through, by the way. And we went to initially when I started feeling that I felt a little uncomfortable and some numbness going across my shoulders.
After you had had a heart attack 8 years prior.
That's why in 2011 I had my heart attack and had stints at that time. But in 2019, like I said, I felt a little odd and some numbness. And, of course, you were always good at uh, immediately taking me somewhere to just check it out. And so we went 5 minutes, about 5 minutes from our house to a smaller hospital.
That they built just for us because it
Of
wasn't there
course,
when you
yeah.
had your heart attack.
And at that hospital, of course, I was in it. I stayed 2 nights.
Couple nights.
Yeah, where they did evaluation. They figured out I had some more blockage that needed to be taken care of. And so had one room there. And in that room, you get, I use the fact. I gotta,
Was it that hospital that you had that? I thought it was
no, 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 just bear with me here. It, when we're when you're in a hospital room like that, you get all the bucket and the pail with the water and all the, yes. And on that in that room, all my stuff was marked Grodoff D, which is our last name is Grodoff, and mine is, of course, is Don. So I had to go down to the main hospital downtown.
Same hospital system.
So yeah, thank you. And in first room I went into, all my stuff was marked properly with Grodoff D, all the buckets and all that. Went through the surgery, and then I went through a 24-hour recovery room, which didn't have all that stuff in it. Just it was a group room with a bunch of people in it, which was interesting to be in. And then moved to a final room, which was my final recovery room. And in that particular room, all my toiletry items, the buckets and all that, they were marked with Grodoff H. Now I didn't. I looked at it and was kind of confused about it when I was in there, but I was kind of in a rough place, I guess. They're not pay, but I did ask him at the time. I said, "Am I registered correctly here?" And she looked it up and she said, "No, you're registered under Don." And she looked at those stuff and she said, "I don't know how that happened. I'm not. I don't know." So it didn't really. Again, it did not dawn on me at the time, but when we were coming home, I remember you were carrying the bucket with some stuff inside of it. And as you walked through the door, you went, "Oh my God, Don, your dad was there." And I I looked at the bucket. My dad's name was Harold, and it had Grodoff H. And I remember starting to cry and just being kind of awed by it because my dad died on preparation for the same surgery back in 1976. So, and of course, surgeries back then weren't I don't think as well developed as they were now. Yeah, I didn't have it. He was in, like I say, in prep for it when he passed away. And that just kind of sent some shockwaves through me, I guess, in a way, because you said he was there helping me out, which I believe wholeheartedly that's what happened. He was watching over it to make sure I made it through that surgery that he didn't have the chance to. And we also joked, of course, when they do that surgery, they cut down and split my ribs open. I mean, the stuff they do to me, I was glad I was out for it because it wasn't. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Did not. Well, and the really tough part of it, that waking up from that surgery was probably the hardest part of it, because I remember telling the nurse, and I told the doctor, my last memory of my father was with him having that intubator stuck in his mouth, like I say, in preparation. They were trying to work with him. and him trying to mouth to us that he loved us